Angel Reese, the so-called face of the Unrivaled league, just had her worst professional game ever, missed layups, turnovers, and a stat line that makes you wonder how she got here in the first place.
She has her worst professional pro game, and her team wins.
And guess what? The moment she was sidelined, her team actually won. Ouch. Now here's the kicker. While Reese struggles, there's only one name on everyone's lips. Caitlin Clark. The same Caitlin Clark that the league once acted like they didn't need. The same Caitlin Clark whose games pull in millions of viewers. The same Caitlin Clark who's out here breaking records and cashing million-dollar endorsement deals while Reese is struggling to stay relevant. Fans aren't watching. The league is tanking. And now they're basically begging Clark to come save them. So, what happened? How did Angel Reese go from the star to the afterthought? And why does it feel like this whole league is falling apart without Caitlin Clark? Let's break it all down. But before we jump into the good stuff, take a quick second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. By joining our crew, you'll always be in the loop with the latest WNBA updates, expert takes, and breakdowns of big moves just like this. Don't miss out, we've got every angle covered. So hit that like button, subscribe, and let's dive right in. To understand how we got here, let's rewind a bit. Angel Reese, once considered the face of the Unrivaled league, was expected to be the next big thing. She had the college success, the hype, and the personality that made people believe she was about to take over. But fast forward to today, and she just had one of the worst performances of her career. Missed layups, turnovers, a stat line that makes you double-check if she's really a pro. Yikes. And the moment she was sidelined, her team actually won. Now that's gotta sting. Let's be honest. When you're supposed to be the star, but your team thrives without you, something's off. And now, while Reese struggles, there's only one name on everyone's lips: Caitlin Clark.
You have been telling everyone how much you don't need Caitlin Clark. This is your opportunity to see if you can survive without her.
Yes, the same Caitlin Clark the league once acted like they didn't need. The same Caitlin Clark who pulls in millions of viewers, breaks records, and racks up endorsement deals while Reese is out here struggling to stay relevant.
Truth is, Angel Reese is not a draw. She wasn't a draw at LSU. Millions of people were watching Angel Reese. No, millions of people were watching Caitlin Clark.
Fans aren't tuning in. The league is flopping, and now they're practically begging Clark to come save them. So what went wrong? How did Angel Reese go from being a headliner to an afterthought? And why does it feel like this whole league is falling apart without Caitlin Clark? Let's break it all down.
No, nobody wants to watch Angel Reese. Come on. If I'm the Unrivaled league, I go back to Caitlin Clark.
Speaking of struggles, let's talk about her performance. Angel Reese's latest game was a disaster. We're talking 8 minutes of play, 4 points, 3 turnovers, and multiple missed layups. Layups, the most basic shot in basketball. If you can't make layups at this level, what are we even doing here?
The boil on Caitlin Clark's ass, Angel Reese may be playing in the league, but who wants to see a goofy 6'6" woman miss layups?
Even worse, the team played better without her. Her teammate Lexi Hull stepped up with a stellar 19-point performance, proving that Reese's absence wasn't just noticeable, it was beneficial. A win is a win, but when it comes at the expense of your supposed star player, that's a major red flag.
Lexi Hull, Indiana Fever saved their ass.
And this isn't just a one-time fluke. This pattern mirrors what happened last season when Reese's me-first style of play disrupted team chemistry. People thought she would bring in viewers, but let's be real, nobody was watching Angel Reese. They were watching Caitlin Clark. Let's look at the stats. Angel Reese, 8 minutes, 4 points, 3 turnovers, missed layups. Lexi Hull, 19 points, 3 assists, efficient shooting, led the team to a win.
Lexi Hull, right here, you see it. 19 points, 3 assists, 8 of 11.
That's not just bad luck, that's a trend. And it's a trend that's making fans question if Reese is really the star she was hyped up to be.
Stat line is rough. 8 minutes, 2 for 6 from the field.
But it's not just about a bad game here and there. The real issue is that Reese doesn't seem to be improving. Instead of working on her weaknesses, she appears stuck in the same habits, making the same mistakes. And the fans? They've noticed. But wait, it gets worse. While Reese struggles on the court, she seems to be thriving everywhere else on podcasts, social media, and marketing campaigns. But that's part of the problem. Instead of putting in extra work on the court, she's spending more time working on her personal brand, signing endorsement deals, and promoting products. That's not necessarily a bad thing. Athletes should secure financial opportunities, But when your game is suffering, it's a terrible look. Critics have pointed out that she appears to be more focused on her off-court brand than her actual basketball career. Sure, content creation is great, but maybe, just maybe, practicing layups should come first? It's like trying to build a mansion on a shaky foundation without solid fundamentals. Everything else eventually crumbles. Fans are beginning to question if she's truly dedicated to improving her game or just riding the wave of fame. She's making headlines, sure, but are they the right kind of headlines? Sports legends aren't remembered for their social media influence, they're remembered for their dominance in the game. And if that wave of fame crashes, where does that leave her? The truth is, at some point, you have to show up on the court and prove why people should keep tuning in. Highlight reels filled with brand deals won't cut it when fans expect actual basketball highlights. While Caitlin Clark is in the gym working on her shot, REESE is making podcast appearances, attending high-profile events, and focusing on marketing herself.
See right here, I don't think my girl Angel has been working on layups at all, bro. It's so bad she's scared to actually take them.
The question is, which one of these paths leads to real greatness? One is paved with hard work and skill development, leading to championships and legacies. The other? Well, it might look glamorous now, but it could just be a detour away from true basketball success. Now let's switch gears and talk about Caitlin Clark. While REESE is missing layups, Caitlin Clark is out here making history. Clark's WNBA games consistently draw over 2 million viewers, making her the biggest name in women's basketball. Even WNBA games that don't feature Clark still see a significant boost in ratings, proof that her influence extends far beyond her own team. She's not just a great player, she's a phenomenon, a force that has reshaped the landscape of women's basketball. Meanwhile, the Unrivaled League's opening night barely scraped together 312,000 viewers, despite heavy marketing, high-profile players, and an all-out media blitz. The numbers don't lie, and the message is clear. Without Caitlin Clark, this league just isn't drawing attention. Let's compare. WNBA game featuring Caitlin Clark, 2.3 million viewers. Unrivaled League without Caitlin Clark, 312,000 viewers.
This is Indiana Fever, 2.25 million. Fever versus the Storm, 2.2 million. Sun versus the Fever, 2.1 million. Okay, so you understand what I'm saying.
See the issue here? Caitlin Clark isn't just a good player, she's a game changer. She's what the league desperately needs, and without her, they're struggling to stay relevant. Even beyond the numbers, Clark's impact is visible in every arena she steps into. Ticket sales skyrocket when she's on the schedule. Jerseys with her name fly off the shelves. People who never watched women's basketball before are tuning in just to see her play. It's the Caitlin Clark effect, and it's undeniable. And let's not forget Clark's skill isn't just hype. She's backing it up with real results. Whether she's dropping deep threes, making jaw-dropping assists, or leading her team to victories, Clark is proving that she's more than just a headline. She's a generational talent who's bringing women's basketball into a new era. Let's be real, Caitlin Clark is box office. She's the kind of player that doesn't just bring fans to the game, she creates them. People who have never watched a women's basketball game before are suddenly glued to their screens, waiting to see what she does next. That's power.
But no one's tuning in to watch Angel REESE. It's just not happening. She's not Michael Jordan, she's not Magic Johnson, she's not Larry Bird. She's someone that taunted Caitlin Clark.
Even during the offseason, Clark is making headlines. Her workout videos are going viral, showing her draining 50 out of 54 three-pointers in a single session. She's constantly refining her skills, preparing for any defense thrown at her. That kind of dedication is rare. It's the mark of a generational talent, someone who doesn't just play the game, but changes it.
Now, Caitlin Clark also just celebrated a birthday a couple days ago, and for her birthday, she was in the gym.
Meanwhile, REESE is, well, doing something, but it's definitely not practicing layups. Instead of dominating on the court, she's focusing on endorsements, media appearances, and social media clout. While that might work for now, basketball greatness isn't built on Instagram like it's built on skills, wins, and impact.
As you can see, Coach Keith Porter is there. He is ready to take Caitlin Clark's game to the next level. Now, Coach KP told me that one of his goals for Caitlin was just to expand her bags.
The league knows this. That's why they're practically throwing money at Clark to join. Reports suggest they're offering her $1 million contract and an ownership stake in the league. Think about that for a second. They're not just offering her a paycheck, they're offering her a piece of the league itself. That's how badly they need her.
She's been very big on herself as being a massive draw. If that is in fact the truth, then why are people not watching with the same excitedness that they were watching Caitlin Clark?
But here's the thing, Clark doesn't need them. She's already signed a $28 million deal with Nike, plus endorsements from State Farm and other major brands. She's bigger than the Unrivaled League, and they know it. The truth is, Caitlin Clark could sit back, keep breaking records in the WNBA, and continue growing her legacy without ever stepping foot in this league. So the real question is, does Caitlin Clark even want to save the Unrivaled League? Because at this point, it looks like they need her a whole lot more than she needs them.
So even though we are not able to see Caitlin Clark play in an organized league this offseason, we are getting to see her go game speed.
So where does this leave the league? The Unrivaled League wanted to build something special. They wanted to prove they could thrive without Caitlin Clark. But now they're realizing that without her, they have nothing. No viral moments, no sold-out games, no record-breaking ratings. The buzz just isn't there, and they know exactly why.
Cool new modernizations and this whole new league that was just built and is now making its debut. Fans aren't really buying into it as of this point.
Fans don't want just hype. They want talent. They want results. They want Caitlin Clark. They want a player who delivers night in and night out, someone who can single-handedly change the game and make every possession exciting. Clark has become the face of women's basketball. And without her, the Unrivaled League feels like a show without its headliner. And as Angel Reese continues to struggle, it's becoming painfully obvious that she's not the face of the league, she's the cautionary tale. A reminder that marketing and social media presence alone can't carry a player. Performance speaks louder than hype, and Reese's on-court struggles are speaking volumes. The message is clear. Women's basketball is evolving, and fans want greatness, not just social media hype. They want skill, determination, and players who back up their confidence with elite-level execution. Caitlin Clark is proving she's the real deal, while Angel Reese is proving that potential alone isn't enough. The game is changing, and right now, Clark is the one changing it. So what's next for the league? The league is at a major crossroads, and the decisions they make now could determine their future. Do they double down on their original stars, hoping things miraculously turn around? Or do they finally swallow their pride and go all in on Caitlin Clark, the one player who has proven she can draw massive audiences and elevate the game? Clark's popularity isn't fading, it's growing stronger by the day. Every game she plays, every record she breaks, every highlight that goes viral only cements her status as the future of women's basketball. The league can't ignore that any longer. Reese, on the other hand, is facing a tough reality. She needs to prove herself on the court. Flashy Instagram posts and social media clout don't win championships. Solid performances, leadership, and actual skill do. If she wants to be considered one of the greats, she has to start playing like one. The excuses, the distractions, and the poor performances have to stop. So, while the Unrivaled League struggles to stay afloat, one thing remains clear. Caitlin Clark holds all the power. She's the player everyone is watching, the one who can make or break viewership, and the one the league desperately needs. The real question now is, will the league recognize this before it's too late? And that's a wrap. Angel Reese's struggles, the league's desperation, and Caitlin Clark's undeniable impact, this whole situation is wild. The Unrivaled League wanted to prove they didn't need Clark, but now, they're basically sending her a handwritten invitation with $1 million bonus attached. The question is, will Caitlin Clark even bother? Meanwhile, Reese has some serious work to do. Missed layups and bad performances won't cut it when you're supposed to be the face of the league. If she wants to stay relevant, she has to prove it on the court, not just on social media. So what do you guys think? Is Angel Reese overrated? Should Caitlin Clark even consider joining the Unrivaled League? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear from you. And before you go, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss the latest WNBA updates, drama, and breakdowns. Trust me, we've got way more coming your way. Until next time, I'll catch you in the next one.